I'm gonna let that simmer and soak in. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla if y'all are new here, and I make content related to locks, nursing, and lifestyle. And I'm back with a nursing related video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some things that I wish I knew before getting into nursing school. I've seen so many videos on this and I thought it's been fun and interesting, so I want to do it for my subscribers and just share some suggestions or tips or whatever. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, y'all, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 5 tips or suggestions or just things that I wish I knew before nursing school. And the very first thing that I wish I knew was that C's get degrees. Now, this is something that you're gonna hear a lot. Well, I feel like whatever your major is, you hear that C's get degrees. But this is especially important for nursing students because a lot of nursing students we're used to like just having really good grades. Like before I got into my program, I had a 4.0, y'all. I was used to getting A's on exams, getting A's in my classes. I was used to being very successful in all my classes. Coming into this program, y'all, getting C's on exams, not getting A's in classes, that was heartbreaking for me. Me watching my GPA slowly just sink from a 4.0 to a 3.8 to 3.7 and all that. It was crushing my little heart and I couldn't take it, y'all. But it's saying that when you become a nurse, your patient will not know that you got C's in all your classes, or that this nurse got A's in all their classes, or this nurse got B's. They won't know that. They will know that you're a nurse, you're licensed, you're competent, and you're able to take care of them, and you're their nurse. That's what they'll know. So keeping that mindset and just knowing that will take so much pressure and so much stress off of you. It's okay if you make a senior class, because you know what, you passed that class and you moved on to the next level. All right, so I'm not saying that you should aim for C's in every single class. You should be aiming and striving to do the best that you can in every single class. But if you just so happen to make a C in a class, it's perfectly fine. It is okay. All right, it's fine, babe. Don't pull your hair out. Don't you be crying, throwing up, none of that, because you got a C. It's fine. You pass a class, move on to the next class, move on to the next exam, next assignment, and just strive to do better, okay? The only thing I want to say about this is if you are trying to become a nurse practitioner or even become a doctor one day, those C's might actually matter in that case. So just keep that in mind if you have another end goal, and your end goal isn't just to become a nurse. If you have some more credentials you want to add to your name and all that, then keep that in mind, because that may hinder you if you do have C's. So I just want to throw that in there for y'all. Moving on to the next thing. The second thing that I wish I knew before getting into nursing school is that your clinicals do matter. So I was watching some folks' videos and they were just talking about how for them clinicals is just a waste of time. They're sitting there doing nothing. They're following their nurse. They're not practicing skills. They're getting their paperwork done and they're leaving. And I want y'all to know that that's not what clinical is about. It's not just about completing your paperwork and going home. Clinical is a time for you to be practicing your skills. Clinical is a time for you to be learning and soaking in so much information like while you're there. And lastly, clinical is a time for you to be networking. And what I mean by this is, since I am a semester 4 nursing student, that means that I graduate in May. Praise God, I can't wait. But that means that I'm applying to residencies and jobs and all that kind of stuff now. And some of the hospitals that I'm applying at are hospitals I've completed clinicals at, and I'm familiar with some of the managers, the nurses at those hospitals, because I networked while I was there. So what I'm saying is, when you're at your clinicals, you should be networking with your nurses, especially if you know that when you graduate, this is a hospital that you potentially want to work at. Use that opportunity to make sure that the nurse knows your name, to make sure that the nurse managers know your name. You could even say something along the lines of, hey, my name is Kayla, I'm a nursing student and I'll be graduating in May of 2023. I really love this unit, I really love this hospital, and I really would like to work here when I graduate. Is there any way that I can keep in contact with you, or even maybe put you as a reference on my application? Boom. And you just probably set yourself up for success just by doing that, just by saying that, and just by showing interest and being present. So don't just use clinical as a time to, like I said, complete your paperwork and go home. Use clinical to learn skills, practice those skills, and become very good at those skills. And just don't let it be a waste of time, waste of energy, and you learn nothing. You just literally waste your time. Don't let that be the time for that. So I wanted to be sure to say that, because I heard a lot of nursing students saying that, and I'm like, not me, not I. But anyways, moving on to the next tip. I've been wanting to tell this to people for so long, but number 3 is nursing school is not teaching you how to be a nurse. Nursing school is teaching you how to pass your NCLEX. I'm gonna let that simmer and soak in. Nursing school is not teaching you how to be a nurse. Nursing school is teaching you how to pass your NCLEX. And you probably thinking, Kayla, what are you talking about? What you mean by that? Let me tell you what I mean by that. So when you get into your program, when you go to the hospital, when you're in lecture, when you're in your clinicals, all that kind of stuff, you're going to hear textbook nursing versus real world nursing. What that means is when you're in your lecture and you're learning, prioritization and which patient you should see first and which you do first, what's the priority and all that kind of stuff. There's stuff that is textbook nursing, so what the NCLEX would want you to do versus in the real world what you would do. And this was something that I wish I knew, because I would go into clinical and I would try to just correlate what I'm learning in class versus what I'm learning in the hospital or seeing in the hospital, and some of that stuff wasn't adding up. It wasn't matching. I'm like, we literally just learned the other day that you do this, but y'all are doing this. Why is that the case? And I had to sit back and think, in the real world, they don't do certain things. Like, it just doesn't really make sense. But NCLEX wants you to know how to do it that way. So just talking about the NCLEX is a safety exam. It's literally just testing, do you know how to safely take care of a patient? Do you know how to safely give Okay, y'all, before my camera rudely interrupted me and cut me off, I was basically just saying that the NCLEX is testing to see if you can be a safe nurse and if you're competent enough to take care of another human being. So when you graduate and you pass your NCLEX and you start your residency or you get a job in the hospital or wherever you want to work at, that is where you're going to learn the skills of how to be a nurse and how to do things in a timely manner, and just how to be a nurse and how to be a successful nurse at that. So I think that's very important for people to know coming into nursing school, because if you have an expectation thinking that by the time you graduate you're going to know everything, babe, you're not. But you'll know how to pass your NCLEX, and then when you get a job, you'll learn how to do everything from there. So I wanted to be sure I shared that with y'all, because I was like, this is kind of crazy. The 4th thing that I wish I knew before coming into nursing school is that it is 100% possible for you to have a life outside of nursing school. It is 100% possible for you to have a life and to be a nursing student. And I wanted to share this with y'all because coming into the nursing program, I was thinking that I was going to have 0 time for the next 2 years of my life. 0 time for anything. My boyfriend, my family, anything that I love, just no free time. And I think I kind of thought that because everybody put that in my head, saying that, oh, you're going to be so busy, you're going to be studying all the time. And yes, I study a lot. But what they don't tell you is, if you know how to manage your time, then you can 100% do everything that you enjoy. Hang out with your boyfriend, your family, go see a movie, go to a concert, go to parties, do whatever, and still be a good student, still doing well in your classes. My first semester, I came into the program, I was telling my family, look, y'all, I'm going to be studying 99.999% of the time, so don't even ask me to go anywhere. Don't ask me to do anything. I can't. My answer's going to be no. I was telling them that before I even started the semester, y'all. Telling my boyfriend, babe, I'm going to be busy all the time. I'll text you when I can. I'll see you when I can. But right now, my books is my #1 priority. I was basically telling this to everybody in my life, y'all. But that was not the case. Like, it is tough, it is hard, but if you know how to manage when you're going to study, when you're going to go to class, when you're going to work, and you know, schedule in time to do the stuff that you enjoy and the stuff that you love and everything that you want to do, it's 100% possible. Okay, so I wanted to share that with y'all because I don't want nursing school to feel like just hell for everybody the entire time they're there, because they're thinking that they can't do everything that they enjoy when you 100% can. Just manage your time. That is the key. Time management. Okay, put a little asterisk mark and then put time management. Moving on to my very last thing that I wish I knew before getting into nursing school, and probably the most important in my opinion, is to take your prereq seriously. So what I mean by this is it will save you so much time in your nursing program if you actually learn the information in your prereqs and you retain that information and you understand that information. Because I promise you for a fact, some of those courses like A&P, 1, 2, Pathophys, microbiology, some of that information is going to pop up again in your program. Yeah, sorry to break it to you, but you thought you were done. No, it's going to pop right back up. And not only are you going to revisit that information that you learned in your prereqs, but you're building on top of it. So I'm telling you to take your prereq seriously, because if you didn't and you learned the information to pass your exam and move on like I did, I'm guilty of it. I hate to break it to you, but once you get into the program and that information starts to pop up again, you're going to have to learn the information that you already learned, old information from your prereqs, on top of learning the new information to go along with that. And that is putting so much stress and more pressure on yourself. And now you have to extend so much more energy to understand the information, because you're learning old and new information at the exact same time. So take your prereq seriously to the point to where you know the information, you understand the information, and when it comes up in the future, it's like, oh, I know this, and you can just build on top of that knowledge and move on from there and learn the new information. So it will save you so much time, so much energy. I'm telling y'all, listen to what I'm saying. It will help you out. So those are the 5 things I wish I knew before getting into nursing school. I hope those tips help y'all in any kind of way. If you're a nursing student and you can add to this list of things that you wish you knew before getting into nursing school, comment it down below. We sharing it with our pre-nursing students, or for anybody that is interested. This is a channel of resource, and we are here to help everybody out. And yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. Mwah.